Louisville Cardinal Kasean. You know what? I'm gonna get this right. I've seen people say Kasean. I'm pretty sure it's Kasean Pryor. I'm pretty sure I'm doing that right. But once again, y'all know how I do a pronunciation. It's really hit or miss, and a lot of the times it's a miss. But he recently was hosting a camp. I believe it was in the state of Kentucky. I'm not really sure, but he was hosting like a little back to school basketball camp, and he was able to talk to some local media and kind of talking about where he's at. Obviously, he had the knee injury last season, which took his year away early on. I believe he hurt himself in the Bahamas early on in the year, I believe in November. But he talked a little bit about how his recovery process is going. And he's a fan favorite of the Louisville Cardinals for sure. But he made the statement saying that he's got another month to 5 weeks to get back into it, and he'll be back playing basketball. And basically saying that month, 5 week, that's right in time for the first game, saying that he'll be ready for Kentucky. I think he actually said the words, I'll be ready for Kentucky, which is the first game of the year. Dion, let me throw it to you because this is obviously probably some great news for Louisville fans because Kasean Pryor last year before his injury was probably one, if not one of the better players on Louisville. Obviously, they had Fat Edwards and they had Chucky Hepburn as well, but the things that Pryor brings at his size and his versatility had me really excited to watch him with Louisville back here and last year, and having him with this team healthy would be massive news, especially because you know the first game of the year is against Kentucky. Kentucky's got their own injury stuff going on with JQ, but now getting confirmation that Casey will be back for Louisville for the start of the season. What does that mean for them? I guess in their bigger picture outlook as well.
think it really comes down to if his name is Kason or Kayshawn. Because if it's Kayshawn, special.
Especially,
Special.
you just call him Kayshawn.
That I'm definitely going to. That's how it's spelled, by the way. So, like, respectfully, that's just how Kayshawn. That's just how it's spelled. No, honestly, I think it means a lot. Is that really their very first game? Like, they don't play like Mount St. Mary's or nothing like that as a build-up.
No, I think they might have a one exhibition, maybe. Well, I know Kentucky does, but I don't know about Louisville. This might be like their first like actual game
Oh, what are we talking
in
about?
in the young in the young with it.
Like I said, in their arena, but it's
Yum
in our
yum
state.
yum
In our
yum
state.
yum
It's
yum. Eat it
still in
up.
our state.
Yum yum.
No, I think it means a lot, especially if JQ isn't playing, right? Like that's the biggest takeaway from all this. If Louisville gets healthy and Kentucky doesn't get healthy, that's Louisville's best shot at beating them. I think Kayshawn could hoop. Kayshawn's a really good player, and Louisville. Now we just did a video on Luke Earl going to Purdue, the Fran Fraschilla comment. You want to talk about a team that has an embarrassment of riches? I mean, adding Kayshawn Pryor to like all of these to everything else that they have on this roster and just giving themselves like a legitimate 6'10" big, just one of them. You know what I mean? Like because that they don't really have anybody for that can play big. So uh, that's an embarrassment of riches. This is a really talented team if Kayshawn's back on November 11th.
Yeah, and look, to your point, like the questions with this Louisville team aren't in the backcourt. That's all those are solved. Everything is front court, right? And I think Pryor is a player that could fit into that front court. You even look at like, obviously they could do some different things. Like I think I brought up last week, like they could do a small ball situation with Javon Hadley's a small ball four. They could also go Pryor at the four and Frew at the five, surrounded by those guards. That front court, those guards, hashtag my cards, special Final Four talk. Big Final Four talk. We'll be, what I'm saying, not to spoil anything, but we will be doing something a little bit later today where we do our way too early Final Four picks. My first team's picked, respectfully. L's up. Look, the one thing I will say though, I feel like on both sides, there's a lot being put into this game. And I need some bigger picture talk with these teams, okay? Like everyone's worried about like this game at the Yum Center, which what I'm saying, but at the same time, we are not like risking everything and all the big picture that both these teams have, Louisville and Kentucky. I think both have bigger goals in mind. Do you think there's being a little bit too much emphasis put on like guys being ready for this game? Like this is not the end all be all.
I, I think only one side's doing that. Well, you ain't heard nothing about JQ talking about I'll be back for Louisville. JQ said I'll be ready in September.
Yeah, but he's dunking at local parks.
Louisville is in the state of Kentucky, Card.
Once again, not geography podcast. I
Like,
understand that, but I'm just saying, like, look, in rivalry games, does it sometime when it means more that helps teams out?
I think it means more to Louisville though, and I mean this respectfully, Louisville fans. I mean this very, very respectfully. There's a little insecurity there, and, and I think that that's why this game means a lot at the moment. This
What I,
is their return.
what I'm not gonna let you do is call my fan base and I insecure. Take that back.
This is their coming out party. This is truly Louisville's coming out party. Like the under Pat Kelsey, we have the roster, we have the talent. We're gonna go beat Kentucky at the crib now. Now you have to take us as seriously as you take Kentucky, and that's what they want. Because I'll be honest, right? Like I am someone who did this. I have Kentucky in my top five. I have Kentucky in my final four. I don't have Louisville in either. Do I actually believe Kentucky's roster is that much better than Louisville's? If Kasean Pryor is back, I have no idea. You know what I mean? And we don't know. So much of my belief in Kentucky is built around JQ being healthy. We actually have no idea what JQ is going to look like. And we actually have no idea if JQ is even going to play. Because at some point, JQ might be like, you know what, I'm just going to wait for the league and make sure I'm like 100% healthy. I don't believe that's going to happen, but it's possible. So I just think at the end of the day, so many people take the attention of that state and put it all on Kentucky. And they're about to get Tyron Stokes too, right? So it's like one of those things where like they get the best player in the country in the recruiting aspect of things. Like, no, let's go take this game and let's carry it over into momentum for the rest of the year. I do think it's built a little bit on insecurity because you're kind of like a little brother in the state. That's fine though. I would build that up completely. I would buy into that if I'm Pat Kelsey. I think that's how you could get your guys up for a game. We saw a guy who did that last year in his return to Kentucky, and he got one.
Hmm. Okay. Hey, listen. First of all, first and foremost, respect it. Okay. Uh, I will say to your point though, maybe it does mean a little bit more to Louisville given like where they're at and kind of the hype surrounding the offseason. But at the end of the day, rivalry games and a rivalry game, and this is a more so about Louisville having one of their best players. Like you want your best players to be healthy, and if he is healthy and ready to go, that is another advantage for my cards. And we're coming. Cacall. What sound do Cardinals make?
I didn't even know they make sounds, if I'm being completely
There,
honest.
it's you. Do you know what a cardinal is?
A bird.
Okay, well, I'm saying I'm saying you,
Do all birds make noises?
bro. What?
I, well, do they all make noises?
Listen, as an Animal Planet guy, yeah, all birds do make noises.
Well, listen, just don't shit on me. That's all I ask out of birds, man. Like, that's really my only ask. Is like, if I'm walking down the street, do not use the bathroom on my hoodies.
We will at the Yum Center when it comes to it. L's up. Shout out to Kasean Pryor. Appreciate the interview on this one.